Sinbad's ingenious enterprise, transforming the Vigo sea trade.
After defeating the Old Man of the Sea and reuniting with his crew, Sinbad and his men were rescued by a passing merchant ship. The captain, impressed by Sinbad's tale of survival, offered them passage. However, the ship was not bound for Basra but for a nearby town where ships traveling to Basra frequently docked. Upon arrival in the bustling town, Sinbad inquired about ships bound for Basra, only to learn that the next vessel would depart in 6 months. While this news initially disheartened his crew, they soon found solace in the hospitality of an elder named Hakim, a kind and knowledgeable man who welcomed them into his home. During their stay, Sinbad learned that the region was renowned for a rare seed called Vigo, prized across Albia and Europa for its reputed herbal benefits, particularly in enhancing men's health and longevity. It was said that the seed, when processed correctly, was a powerful tonic. Traders from far and wide sought Vigo, but Sinbad was astonished to learn how it was harvested. The locals relied on monkeys to gather the seeds. They would lure the monkeys with nuts and fruits, provoke them by throwing stones or sticks, and then collect the seeds the monkeys angrily tossed down. While effective, Sinbad saw the chaos and risk involved in the process and began contemplating a better method. With his characteristic ingenuity, Sinbad devised a new approach. Observing the tall trees and their sturdy branches, he suggested using lightweight, extendable bamboo poles with hooks to pluck the fruit containing the Vigo seeds directly. Sinbad demonstrated this technique to the villagers, who were amazed at its simplicity and efficiency. The new method eliminated the need to disturb the monkeys and allowed the villagers to harvest more seeds in less time, improving their safety and productivity. Sinbad's innovation quickly gained popularity, and the townspeople began adopting it widely. While assisting Hakim in selling Vigo seeds to passing traders, Sinbad uncovered a startling truth. The traders purchased the seeds from the locals at a pittance, only to sell them in distant markets for a 100-fold profit. This exploitation angered Sinbad, and he decided to intervene. He proposed establishing an enterprise to buy seeds directly from the villagers at a fair price, 30 times what they currently earned. Sinbad assured the villagers he would handle the logistics of transporting and selling the seeds in Basra and beyond. To finance this, he asked the locals for the seeds on credit, promising to pay them back with a 10% interest once he reached Basra. While Sinbad's proposal to buy Vigo seeds at a fair price intrigued many villagers, some were reluctant to trust a foreigner with such a significant change. Doubts lingered, but whispers of Sinbad's extraordinary legacy swayed opinions. Word spread that Sinbad had ended the terror of the Old Man of the Sea, a menace that had long made it dangerous for traders and travelers to visit the nearby island. With the townsfolk's trust earned, Sinbad and his crew worked tirelessly to organize the enterprise, storing large quantities of Vigo seeds aboard the ship that would eventually take them to Basra. Sinbad himself worked tirelessly, climbing trees with his innovative harvesting tools and collecting Vigo seeds alongside the villagers. His crew, inspired by their captain's dedication, joined in, not only aiding Sinbad but also earning their own fortunes by harvesting Vigo seeds independently. For 6 months, they toiled together, building a camaraderie that bridged cultural divides. When the long-awaited merchant ship finally arrived, Sinbad and his crew negotiated to reserve half of the ship's cargo space for their carefully harvested Vigo seeds. The other half of the space was offered to local merchants who had no stake in the Vigo trade but needed to transport other goods from the town. These merchants focused on products like spices, textiles, and exotic wood, which remained profitable even as Vigo seeds dominated attention. However, not all merchants were pleased. Some, seeing the increased competition and Sinbad's success, decided to remain in the town. While their decision freed up space on the ship, it also underscored the transformative impact of Sinbad's enterprise on the local economy. Before departing, Sinbad appointed Hakim, the wise elder who had hosted him, as the manager of the Vigo enterprise. Trusting Hakim's knowledge of the local people and their needs, Sinbad gave him clear instructions to continue buying seeds at the fair price and managing their storage until the next shipment. Sinbad also promised to send 5 merchant ships every 6 months to ensure a steady flow of Vigo seeds to the markets of Basra and beyond. This arrangement not only secured ongoing trade but also empowered the villagers, providing them with sustainable income and a better quality of life. Sinbad's balanced approach ensured that everyone, his crew, the villagers, and the remaining merchants had opportunities to prosper. By prioritizing fairness and collaboration, Sinbad fostered trust among the community, even as he faced skepticism from a few. As the ship prepared to set sail, it carried not only a bounty of Vigo seeds but also the promise of diverse goods from the region, reflecting the flourishing trade facilitated by Sinbad's efforts. For those merchants who chose to stay behind, Sinbad's venture had already changed the landscape of the Vigo seed trade, creating ripples that would reshape the town's economy for years to come. As the ship set sail, carrying Sinbad, his crew, and the Vigo seeds toward Basra, the townsfolk waved them off with gratitude and admiration. As the ship glided over the waves, Sinbad reflected on how this unexpected stop had turned into an incredible opportunity. His ingenuity had not only secured a thriving new enterprise but also brought prosperity to a remote corner of the world. Looking ahead to Basra, Sinbad felt a renewed sense of purpose, ready to share the fruits of his labor with his homeland while planning his next great adventure.
Will this new venture flourish in Basra? What grand adventures await our legendary sailor next? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to embark on Sinbad's next incredible voyage. Until next time, adventurers, may your sails be strong and your hearts be brave. See you on the next voyage.